It's a little past 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting, County of Starr, Thursday, December 27th. I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you all, a very prosperous new year. Let the record show that we do have quorum. Commissioner Sines being absent. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yo dice que opinan andar todavía de ellos. Repartiendo.
Anda repartiendo los last minute gifts. Los duendes que me dan al San.
Por eso se hizo tarde. Okay, I guess we'll start with our auditor is running a little late, so we'll go to item number 4. This is the Starr County Clerk, Mr. Gonzalez.
Commissioners, Judge, just want to give you all a final report, basically on the projects that we've done over the last couple of months at the office. Back in June, we installed a new system. That system has enabled us to start e-recording. We have about 10 current vendors that remotely record into our real property records, and that list has been growing monthly, so that's one of the plus. One of the things I had been wanting to report to the court and just hadn't had a chance, we're working out a couple of tweaks, is the real property records are on our website. So you go to the county website, under the county clerks, at the bottom there's a public record search. You can see our any deed that's recorded from 1984 to the present. Recently, the court, with y'all's help, we approved a contract to upgrade, I guess, the first 26 volumes, A through Z, or 25 volumes because there's one missing, A through Z, and those are the first records for the county, so we felt that was probably the biggest need that needed to be addressed as far as book restoration. So those books will be deacidified, they'll be preserved, they'll be encased, and they'll be imaged, digitized, indexed, so you no longer have to go to the actual book. You can search that stuff digitally online. Those are some of the major projects that we've had over the last couple of months, and I just kind of wanted to give you the Commissioner's Court a status report on how those projects were going. And if y'all have any questions as far as the office
How about the deeds prior to 1984? What's going to happen?
Commissioner, there's a lot of work that still needs to be done in the office. It's very costly. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time to go back and make sure we have, the grantor, volume and page numbers, deed numbers. So the indexing of that information is very expensive. I think we're on the right path, and I think with coming years, there's money that comes in through records management, through archive fees that were established several years back that can be used towards projects like that. And if it's 10, 15 years at a time, it's something that's attainable through the office. So it's not impossible. It might just take some time, Commissioner. No, I'd been wanting to give a status report as far as the projects that were going on in the office. Just really hadn't put anything together. Just kind of wanted to keep you all posted on where those projects were and how they were going. And I guess, all those years ago when I was appointed, 3 of you all are still on the Commissioner's Court. So I want to thank you all for having the confidence in me back then. And I hope I did an okay, decent job.
But you're still gonna, but they're gonna continue still recording those deeds prior to 84 or not, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that information, we've had proposals in the past. It's just expensive, and I mean, I think it's something that can be tackled, you know.
But
by
that
small
was done
projects.
by your office, or you hired somebody to do that?
With the Commissioners Court approval, we've hired an outside
So it's
co-file.
done by an independent
And, yeah,
company or
company.
personnel to do all this?
Yes, sir.
This,
Yes,
this
sir.
work that was filed from 85 to now?
Well, that the 1984 information forward, that information when in 2005, we updated the system. We went digital, and at that time, the office already had an index. We didn't have an image of what our information was. So you could search the computer, but you had to go to the actual book to pull the image. Back in 2005, we did that project where we combined the image with the existing index. Those indexes have always, the current indexes moving forward have always been created by the office.
Right.
So the employees in the office, in fact, Gloria's here today, and Gloria was our main indexer for many, many years. And still, until I think today, she's still indexed. Tomorrow, she still indexes.
Well, actually, so there's money there, of the money that you collect in from fees to continue doing that.
Yes, sir.
By a private company or whoever did the prior work
Yes, sir.
to continue doing that, and probably 10 years at a time, 15, like you said.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make a comment, Mr. Gonzalez, that certainly I commend you and your staff for the work that you did in the years that you were in the county. I was one of those that was here when you got appointed, and I have absolutely no regrets, that you were appointed. I think you brought that office from the dark age into the new technology that we have. Unfortunately, we, as everyone knows, Starr County is not one of the richest counties in the state by far. So everything we do is as we can and as we can afford. However, I thank you for having the insight and coming to the court and asking for all these things that needed to be done, and I'm glad that you ensured that they got done. And because of that now, a lot of our people and even people that want to come and invest in our community don't have to drive all the way to the courthouse. They can just get online and get whatever information is needed. So again, I thank you. You're going to be missed here as one of our team players, and certainly we wish you the best in your new career as you embark into the new one. And I'm sure whatever you do, you will be successful.
Thank you, Judge.
So, thank you.
Commissioners, thank you all.
Dennis, on my behalf, I want to thank you for your service, Dennis. Nunca batallé contigo, even though I strongly believe que you're not going away, nomás te vas a dar la vuelta. and you'll be back somewhere, somehow. Pero thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate it. And just closing, I don't know if you want to do Gloria,
We
skip to
can.
Gloria's.
What line item was that?
It's, 13.
Okay, if it's okay with the court, we'll move on to item number 13. This is an action item to approve a proclamation proclaiming December 27th as Gloria de la Garza Day.
Motion
Mr.
to approve, Your Honor.
Second motion.
Moved and second. Discussion, Mr. Gonzalez, I think you have, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I just want to call Gloria up here. She doesn't have to speak, but when I came into the office back in 2003, Gloria was one of the main persons there. She had been doing the indexing and working with the courts for years. It made my job a lot easier. It was easy, the transition with the knowledge that she had in the office. I I can't thank her enough for her service to the office and for the help guiding me along the way. I don't think I would have known half the answers that I needed to know at the time. So I just kind of want to thank Gloria, and I did this proclamation. If you want to read it, Judge,
I
it's
was
in the
looking
packet.
for
I
it,
think
Dennis,
you have
but
the
I
original.
don't have it. Do we have it in the packet?
Yeah, it's in the packet.
No. Yeah, I'll go ahead and read that. It says Proclamation Gloria La Garza, December 27th, 2018. Whereas the Starr County Commissioners Court finds it in the best interest of the citizens of Starr County to recognize their workers for their outstanding support to our community, and whereas Gloria La Garza has dedicated 43 years to Starr County Clerk's office, and whereas the Starr County Commissioners Court would like to recognize Gloria La Garza for her dedication and outstanding public service to the citizens of Starr County over the past 43 years, and for the countless number of customers that were served over those years in her various capacities, and whereas Starr County Commissioners Court has proclaimed December 27th, 2018 as Gloria La Garza Day in Starr County, now therefore be it resolved that the Starr County Commissioners Court does hereby approve of this proclamations and joins in recognition of the dedication and support given to Gloria La Garza to Starr County. Attest, Dennis Gonzalez, and signed by me. Gloria, congratulations. I'll call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Gloria. We stay up here. Yes.
Tengan bien cuidado, ya que se está peleando.
Congratulations, Gloria.
Ahora, la broma y lo Gloria.
43 years, empezaría de 5 años.
Yo tengo 42. Antes de que estaba aquí, ¿no? Antes de que existiera.
Okay, we'll move back to our agenda. Ms. Carter, good morning. Under vendors list,
Yes, Your Honor, the vendors, new vendor documentation has all been reviewed and it's all in order.
Second motion,
moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3 is the claims. Mr. Carter, are those in order?
Yes, sir, the claims are all in order, Your Honor, they've all been reviewed.
I move that we approve, Your Honor.
I second, yeah.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is an action item, and this to approve a refund in the amount of $1,405.32 to the Community Development Institute Head Start for payment of City of Roma water bills. Anyone know what this is about?
Yeah, Your Honor, I think it belongs to me over there.
Okay.
It's a migrant program, right?
Yes.
It's a migrant program. We had to change some, porque no, it's in the swimming pool.
Mhm.
And they added another meter, so they have their own meter, and the swimming pool it's
Okay.
next to it.
And they
So
were paying for everything?
they're gonna
before?
pay for everything, yes, sir. So I just agreed, yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay, but it seems like they were paying for everything, now they would just want to pay theirs, is that correct?
See, I think, yes, sir.
And we
Yeah,
pay
that's the
ours.
way it is. So
Okay.
we're gonna pay for the swimming pool and all that area,
Yeah.
and they're gonna pay for their migrant program.
So that's
That's
the
right,
refund to pay what they overpaid?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that a
Motion to approve, yes, sir.
Second motion, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is a budget amendment. Mr. Carter,
Yes, Your Honor, the budget amendment has been reviewed and it's in order.
Adolfo Muller.
Second, Your Honor.
moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8 is also an action item, and this is to the status on El Arroyo Los Morenos Drainage Project. Commissioner,
Your Honor, Mayor Escobar could not be here. He has some concerns about the project, and rightfully so, Mayor, since what I'm doing right now in San Julian Road, in that area, it's within the city of Escobares. So I told him that for him to come and speak up about his concerns. He agrees with everything we're doing. He just wants us to, I think he was gonna speak to you, but I don't know if he got around to speaking to you. But he wants the pipes for them to be the volume that the plans were asking for. He was concerned about the project ending it in San Julian, because to the west, to the east of San Julian, it's a little bit higher elevation than over here to the west. So he's got those little concerns. In other words, he doesn't want for the project to hurt Escobares areas that are not flooding right now. That's his concern. And I think I'm gonna make a motion to table it until he gets here so he can express to
I
his
second,
concern.
Your Honor.
okay, moved and second to table. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9 is an action item, is to approve a donation of $375 from United Way to the Food Pantry Precinct 1.
Your Honor, it was supposed to be in the agenda last time, but didn't get
I
around
thought
to
I'd seen
I
it.
move that we approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 10 also, I think, was on the agenda. And this is the same thing, but for
Same thing.
Precinct 2.
Yes, motion to approve, Your
Second
Honor.
motion, Your Honor.
Moved and second. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11 is an action item, and this is to approve the certification of revenues from our district attorney's state forfeiture fund. Mr. Carter.
Yes, Judge, the district attorney has asked for a certification of $35,000.
Salud.
Thank you.
The money is on deposit in his forfeiture fund checking account. It's not budgeted, so the revenue certification is in order.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second motion.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 12 is also an action item, and this is a budget correction.
This is the other half of that. After
Okay.
now that I've certified, now that the revenue has been certified available, this is the budget amendment.
correct.
Put it in the budget.
I move that we approve the correction.
Second.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 14 is an action item, and this is to deputize Lilia Guzman Rodriguez as a deputy for the Starr County Clerk's Office.
Yeah, just with the retiring of Gloria, and Lydia's worked for us for a while, and deputized her, I just need her to be able to sign, stuff that goes into the office.
Okay, what about the bonding? Is that done?
I believe we needed the deputization. and
Before the
go
bond.
to Romeo and stuff.
I move that we approve, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 15 is an action item, and this is to approve district office lease agreement between Congressman Cuellar and County of Starr. I don't know what that is.
Just so Congressman Correa can be housed there at the annex.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Moved and second. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. It is 10:20, and pursuant to section 551.074, we will move into executive session to discuss order of salaries and to discuss the possible action on liability contribution and coverage declaration for general and law enforcement liability. We'll be back shortly. It's 11:10, and we're back in open session. Item 8 is the one we tabled. The mayor never made it, so you want to leave it for the next commissioners court?
Yes, sir.
So we'll leave it as a table. In executive session, we discussed two things. One was order of salaries.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second to approve order of salaries as presented. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. And the other thing we discussed was liability contribution and coverage declaration for general and law enforcement.
Okay, on this one, Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to authorize you as our overseer of negotiating with our other entities for the liability contribution coverage declarations.
Entity, not department.
Departments, I'm sorry, departments, sorry.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, a motion, a second. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Your Honor.
Moved in second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion carries. Happy New Year to all of you.
Likewise.
Wish you all the best. Motion carries.